Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Awakening Network. We had some issues in the beginning of the show, but here we are. It's show number 111. 111. Incredible energy today. We can feel it. You can feel it. It's going to be an incredible show full of amazing questions. The audience already, signing in, already talking to us in the chat. Great to have you here. Absolutely. Everybody is excited to be here as any other week. We've been for 111 weeks here at the Ask Julius Show at the Awakening Network, where Kasey Speer actually channels Julius and their group of entities. And those entities are actually the ones that respond to your incredible questions. And every single Sunday, those questions keep on being more and more and more and more complicated, more complex, more interesting and exciting for all of us to hear their answers. And we obviously thank you so much for showing up every single weekend. As you know, every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US, broadcasting live from the south of the United States of America to the world. We know we have audience in Europe, in Asia, in the American continent, all over the place. So thank you all for being here. We've had also several people chatting to us from Africa as well. So we are super excited to be here. Kasey, how are you today?
Oh, super fantastic. Super fantastic. Energy's a little funky, isn't it, today, Angel? I don't know about you. Electrical stuff. We've had some strange electrical stuff all week. Energy shifting, right? Lots of shifts, lots of changes globally, galactically, universally, all kinds of stuff. So just sending some great energy out there to everybody, inviting everybody to stay grounded, and try to stay as non-reactive to things as you possibly can. It certainly seems that there's a little bit of a snare going on out there in the energy field right now, but it's all going to be well for everyone.
Absolutely. Everything is going to be well for everyone. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to become again small because we have a lot of questions, and the people that are starting, these amazing beings that are with us, are starting to be happy and ready for questions. The first question from Tommy. Hi, Tommy. What is Julius' perspective on life support?
So, Master, we will tell you that your soul makes that decision. The bodily functions of the bodily functions have very little to do with consciousness. As you know, you do not have to have a brain to have a thought or to be receiving consciousness or experience. So we always feel that is the soul's decision, that is the soul's decision. If the soul chooses to be here, they will be here. And if they do not choose to be here, they will not be here. We will tell you that in your three-dimensional world, in this timeline, in this lifetime, there is an ulterior motive to your life support, okay? We're just going to tell you there is an ulterior motive by your medical industry for quote unquote life support. Okay. So most of the time during a life support process, when it gets, it's usually a traumatic experience. Okay. So it's generally a traumatic experience for the family when a loved one gets put on life support, or the decision is made for them to be put on life support. And then there's all this stress, and then there's all of this angst going on between the costs and the insurance and whether the moral construct around all of that. And we are going to tell you that it is our opinion through observation and experience that the intention behind that is organ harvesting at the end. That's all that's about, okay? Usually they will talk to you about donating organs and, that this is probably the most honorable thing you can do for this person and blah, 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 okay? We're going to tell you this. You have to be alive to harvest organs. The body cannot be dead and then you harvest organs. The body is alive when organ harvesting is taking place. And since you, nor any doctor, nor anyone knows when the soul makes the decision to enter or exit, boy, you are really playing with some very, very strange energy there. So if you are asking us our opinion, we will tell you that there is nefarious aspects behind the whole concept of it. There is no such thing as death. There is only transmutation into other existences. When the soul is done with the body and the physical and human experience, it will exit and the body will die. So we would tell you, quite honestly, to leave well things alone. That is our perspective.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question. We have a ton of them. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. The next question is, all right, Sarah Aaron, nice to have you here, Sarah. Is there a way to revive dead trees? A lot of trees in my area died due to a drought in 2023. Also, can trees that were blown down, hold on a second, because can trees that were blown down be regenerated instead of remaining as stumps?
Well, everything's about seedlings, Master. So everything's about seeding. That's just generally how organics, work. But trees that are uprooted and fallen still have a biosystem about them. So just depending on, everybody's practicality and belief system on ecosystems, trees, even fallen trees, can provide wonderful housing for many, 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 many different types of creatures. But we do understand the problematic aspect of it. Nobody doesn't want them in their yards or in their lawns, and they're disruptive and things of that nature. Best to cut them up, chop them up, use them for firewood. There's all kinds of useful things to be doing with trees that have fallen. Okay, but seedlings is the key. Seedlings are the key to rejuvenating or regrowth or rejuvenation. And things that have been that die off due to, let's say, insect infestation, and diseasing. A lot of times that's has to be a little bit of nature's way of doing some clearing, but quite honestly, it's mostly man's interference that screws everything up. Usually, if there is a beetle or a bug infestation, it's because the biosystem is out of balance due to spraying, due to all kinds of toxicities and things like that. So a lot of that just has a natural byproduct to it. In a lot of third world countries or on islands, it's amazing how the system will rejuvenate itself. Amazing, amazing. You look at some of the third world countries that are struck with hurricanes and tornadoes and things of that nature that will go in and just decimate an area. And really within 3 to 5 years, they can be rich with plant life again, rich with tree life. And they didn't go in and clear anything. They didn't have the means to do that. And so there is a wonderful rejuvenation system when those things happen. But whether you live in those areas or not, it's hard to tell what your government is going to choose to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Next question from Julie Beaupré. Hello, can we trust the channel messages from the Pleiadians through Barbara Marciniak?
We do not have an opinion on other channels at this time, Master. You need to speak with them yourselves.
All right. Next question. Hilda B. Thank you, Hilda. We miss your questions. Why is that once the commodity-based economy ceases, other species would not attack humanity, and therefore no defense will be needed?
We didn't say that there wouldn't be any attacks going on. There tends to be an aspect of dominance on realms, in dimensions, and on realms for rulership. But there is a consciousness that allows for that to take place. So to be clear, there's cooperation and collaboration when dominance takes place so far. You're thrown under the bus, okay? You're thrown under the bus, right? So they don't come in and just take over. A lot of times they negotiate with humanity and start to infiltrate and take over because they promise humanity certain things for their gain. And because they're low, you're low level of consciousness beings and do not get the aspect of unified consciousness, you'll throw each other under the bus and betray each other. You'll literally turn your species over. You'll turn your species over. Okay? So that's what has taken place. It's not that there's been this conquering. It's been that there's been betrayal. Okay. There's been great conspiracies and coups and underlying aspects for gain. And it is generally one of two things for a limited consciousness species. Number one, it's whatever the commodity is that is held of value on a low consciousness species realm. That's the massive offering, and immortality or seemingly immortality or an extended life. And that's what has happened for this realm as entities and species have come in and dominated the realm. That's what they came in at as trade aspects for humanity. And because humanity is very low level of consciousness and is separate and singular, they throw each other under the bus. Now, what we said was it will take a particular level of consciousness to no longer govern this realm through commodity. So that means that the consciousness on this earth ship will therefore become higher levels of consciousness, and on a grand scale have better odds that you will be of a high consciousness, unified consciousness state, and you would not allow that infiltration. So it's not that it's just about whether you are commodity based or not, Master. It's the consciousness behind that concept. Okay. So when we say commodity based, we say something that's tradable of value, that holds a higher value than a lot of other things on the realm, and it becomes an empowered thing that you trade. And that dominates a field when everybody does not know themselves as one, and they're always trying to over empower and over dominate and conquer other aspects of their own species. So you have to understand that it's a concept that we are speaking of. We're not just talking about, okay, get rid of money and everybody's going to be okay. It's the concept behind a non-commodity aspect existence where everybody gets the value from each other and equal exchange for each other for the entirety benefit of humanity's consciousness and existence and evolvement and expansion into knowing themselves as source through the physical. So we hope we explained that thoroughly enough for you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Sorry, it was sneezing in the background. Maybe it's that energy that you were mentioning just a few seconds ago. Oh my God, we have so many questions today. All right, let's go to the next one. It comes from XXX, so Q Gaming. How did the idea of creating the positive matrix to expand our consciousness we are in come about?
Well, it's a collective consciousness field, Master. It's a collective consciousness field. So it's not an actual tangible physical thing. It's energy. It's energy. So energy is always connected. You can't disconnect energy. There's no such thing. And when collective consciousness frequency coexists together, there is a dominant vibrational field that will influence the projection of thought and emotion into a holographic projection. So that's consistent with any type of a realm or dimension. That's what they don't tell you. Okay. Every realm and dimension is a holographic projection of a consciousness aspect. So they're calling that a matrix. That's fine. The matrix is like a projection screen, and you're the projector. Okay. When there is likened energy frequency thought similarity, then the matrix gets stronger and can become more difficult to break out of based on the illusion that it is convincing you of is being real. But once you understand the concept of it all not being real, and you hold in house your own perception of an embodied being, and with that knowing and persistence will create your own reality despite the dominant field matrix, then you will have a different reality. And that's how it works.
All right, fair enough. Let's go to the next question that comes from Adrienne. It has been extra hot, hold on a second, abnormally hot thus far. Many are saying it's a fake sun or planet Nibiru. Your thoughts?
Master, none of it is real. None of it is real. You are a holographic projection. You are living in a hologram. That's what we will tell you. And it shifts and it changes based on energetic projection. Is it manipulated? Yes, it can be manipulated. There is technology that can manipulate your weather, okay? The temperatures and things within the holographic projection. Is that happening? Of course it is. If you do not think that your Earthship has been manipulated by weather for, weather manipulating devices, then you are probably living under a rock at this point. So no, we don't support that it's what you speak of any more than everything shifts and changes around in your planetary system. And the holographic projection change and shifts all the time. It's never the same. So here's the interesting thing, Masters. It's never the same. It's never the same. Okay. When you say, abnormally, what's normally in your lifetime? That's just a moment. Okay. But is it being manipulated? Yes. But is there something fake and something real? It's all fake, Master. It's all a holographic projection. So that's what we will tell you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's go back to the questions. Now it's a question from Sodom 03. When some say don't go to the light because you will reincarnate, but to go to the dark, is that true?
No, it is not true. You are choosing to reincarnate, Master. There isn't anything that's causing you to reincarnate. Write that one down and put that one on a sticker on your refrigerator. Learn to be empowered, Master. You are the sovereign being choosing every experience just like in every moment of your awakened consciousness. So please do not buy into that. We're going to tell you that more oftentimes than not, the light is your own fear. The tunneling aspect is your fear to the occurrence. What happens is you go right into your next thought and you will either go seamlessly in it or into resistance. And the tunneling aspect is your resistance component or fear of dying. So you're clinging to the previous program that you could possibly come to an end, which is not a truth. We would encourage you to practice staying in high vibration and master the field of choosing your next thought. And then you will never be caught off guard.
There you go. Thank you so much. Next question from Love Light Lauren. And by the way, did you think that we had forgotten to put our QR code up? No way. That will never happen. This is another incredible session. Something totally new. Absolutely incredible. Ancestral healing. Ancestral epigenetic healing using electromagnetic biofield. And we will be showing that and talking about that later today. By the way, it's not that I don't want to show my face. It's just like today we have some technical issues with the video. We're trying to fix them literally as we speak. We have so many things going on, and we love that because we have your support, we have your energy, and everything is possible here with it. Okay, so let's go to this question from Love Light Lauren. When a soul leaves the body before passing, but the body is still operating, that what energy is inhabiting the body at that point? Why doesn't the body die? I've recognized this with my grandpa and something else. Thank you. Dog.
Yeah.
Excuse me, dog. Their spirit was gone along with their soul in the weeks leading up to their passing.
So here's what's really interesting. The first thing that we really want to say, without offense to you, Master, is you have no idea when that soul leaves. You really don't. So it's interesting that you speak so definitively about the soul leaving and then the body remaining in an active state. Okay. So everything is held together with thought or consciousness or spirit. Okay. Your soul is inside of a costume or is wearing a costume. Okay. The soul is the emotional processor of thought or that consciousness. Once a soul exits the body, the consciousness dissipates. It fades away, washes away, it morphs away. It has a tendency to trail away along with the soul. For the soul is the source aspect that is basically directing the thought. It's basically directing the thought. So there can be what we would say a winding down of the thought energy that is still having some of the operational aspects of the physical body, okay, including the brain. The brain is the primary functionality circuit board that continues to operate the aspects of the physical body. And so it is consciousness or spirit that keeps the body held together, and the soul is kind of the pilot in the plane, if you will. But eventually everything will kind of wind itself down. Nothing does die. Everything just transfers and shifts and changes. There's no such thing as death, master, ever in any way, shape, or form. There is energy transference. There is energy transference. Sometimes a body is extremely healthy and will take maybe a little bit longer for all the functionalities to completely be done with their functionality. But we will also make this statement. You probably are under the impression that the soul is of a singularity, that it's like a jelly bean or an egg or a light bulb, and that you can have the thought that like this little bubble leaves the body. But since energy is not contained or singularityed out from anything, how do you know what is all encompassing of the soul? And it could be much larger. And if you believe that you see the soul leave, you could just be seeing a phantom or an aspect of that soul that has departed, and it is still functioning inside that body for a portion of a continuation. We're going to support leave things alone. That's what we will say. We are not a big fan of your medical industry at all. It is not intended to assist you in your elongated existence. It is intended to shut you down.
All right. Next question. Thank you, Lori, for the question. Let's go to Christine Goebel. Thank you for the questions and for being always there. Hi again. I have so many crazy questions. I could talk with you for hours, but here's one. We couldn't agree more. I think that that's a sentiment that most of the members, the beings of our audience feel. Let's continue with your question. Is that bottomless hole in the ground that the human faced seal came out of a real story, or who or what's down there? Thank you.
Master, everything is a hologram. You are source. You are source. Okay? You don't come from anywhere. You are thought expanded into light, expanded into the physical. None of you come from another species. None of you are Palladian or Arcadians or any of those things. You're not Antarian. You're not you're not from some galaxy. You're not from some omniverse. You're not from some hole in the ground or in the earth. You are source, having experiences. You don't come from anywhere. You are everything. So we want to encourage you to drop that perspective. Okay? The Earth ship is a hologram. None of you come from it. You are playing on a realm or in a realm to gain experience of thought and emotion. Humanity doesn't come from anything. You are thought projection, just like every other version of yourself, through interpretation and creative flow. What you are hearing are stories of people who do not understand this concept. Do not understand this concept. There was this really, really great movie. We're gonna finish this, what we're stating, but just to give you an idea of what we're trying to convey to you. So there's this great movie out It came out long ago, and it was called Galaxy Quest. It's called Galaxy Quest. It's a spoof movie. It's a comedy, spoof on like the Star Trek series and the phenomenon of the Star Trek series, and all the Trekkies out there that think it's, are always arguing as to whether Star Trek's real and or not, or this or that. And of course, it's a television series and blah, blah, blah. And in that movie, there is a group of beings out there in the galaxy that have been watching this television series down here on the earth and think it's historical documentaries. They don't get that it's a television series. And they've based their whole existence and their whole civilization off of a television show. And they've based their whole community, their whole existence, because they think that they got a hold of historical documentaries from another species out there in the galaxy. And they run into the actors that have been playing this television series, and the actors are trying to convey to them, this isn't real. This is a television series. And the other species is devastated. They're like, what? I mean, their whole concept of their identity is like, okay, all of you need to let go of the things that identify you other than being source and the all. And that's going to take you into a whole nother level of understanding what is going on, and a whole massively broader aspect of when you're listening to other people trying to tell you what's going on, and they're describing a television series to you and telling you that's real. Okay? That's what's so interesting to observe. But we get it because you have been so massively programmed and you've gone through amnesia. So you don't remember that your source. But we are telling you, you are far more than a singular species, masters, and you are far more than the descendants of a singular species. But until you grasp that concept, you will live with that being your truth, and you will demonstrate the limitations of that truth. It is our intention to assist you in breaking free from the limitations you have created for oneself and coming back to the returning aspect of knowing thyself as the all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question from Sodom 03. Is there any truth that being buried ties you to the earth and you will have to come back? Is it better to be cremated?
Has nothing to do with anything, Master. Just let that go. You make your determination to go where you choose to be in your thoughts. You are source. The Earthship is a holographic projection. It does not govern you in any way.
All right. Thank you so much. And now we have a question from Darlene. Great to see you here again. How does our military function with all of the vaccines they've had to take? Or are they not getting the real ones?
You have two governments that are running, Master. You have two governments that are running parallel with each other. One is extremely nefarious, and the other is trying to break you away from the nefarium. Okay? So you are seeing a conglomeration and a mix of those two things. That's why it is so confusing. The question is, how is humanity functioning with all the vaccines? That's the question. That's the question. Not very well from our observation, actually. Okay. Vaccines are nothing but toxins, and they do a direct implant to your brain of aluminum and mercury, and it kills the consciousness, and you become drones and you become easily controllable. That's straight across the board for vaccinations and people who have been vaccinated and have not detoxed themselves from those aspects, not just your military. What you are seeing is a lot of acting. And what you are seeing is a lot of control and manipulation and propaganda. Massive amounts of propaganda, Master. There is a war going on, and it includes every system on your planet. There is a duality to every system right now. And the nefarious are battling the nefariums that are trying to take them out. Hold your light, Master. Hold your consciousness in love and empathy. Project yourself in the highest frequency that you possibly can, and do not live in fear. For the nefarious thrive off of fear-based reactive energy. Do not feed the beast. Observe, grow wise, and act and perform and think and feel according to your choosing. And that is to keep everything in high frequency. And that is what would be consistent with the cleanup.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next question from Princesa de Luz. I'm confused about the direction my life should take based on the energy situation. Is this a year for making big decisions and changes, or is it better to wait until next year? I love you all.
Master, your life shouldn't take any direction. According to who? When you use the term should, you are indicating that there is some type of an energy out there that's making that decision for you, that you are trying to please or trying to get it right for. Okay? And that is not a truth. You came to the earth ship to know yourself through physical and emotional and mental experiences. That's what every soul is doing. Doing it in joy will make it a high frequency, expansive experience for you, and doing it out of fear will make it a limited and contracting experiencing, including pain and suffering and disdain for you. And that's it. You're not supposed to be doing anything. You are source having an experience for itself. We would encourage you to come back to that mindful awareness. And time is an illusion, so we would encourage you to get on it right now. There is nothing that's going to magically wave you awake. And there is nothing that is automatically, magically going to feed you the information of what you should be doing. Go quiet, Master, and feel yourself. Get to know who you are. Infuse who you are in anything that you choose to be doing as a reflection of who you are being. And that is what everyone is doing.
Awesome. And Charity Thornton is saying, hey, everyone, glad I caught you guys, sending love to all. Absolutely. We're happy to have you. And now it's that time. It's that time in this incredible show, the show number 111. Let me make sure that we are able to. Yes, this is the one. All right. Guess what? When you scan this QR code on the top right corner, what happens? What happens is that you get taken to this incredible page, and you see the Machu Picchu at the back in Peru. Why? Because we're talking about ancestral epigenetic healing using electromagnetic biofield, and we have this process that will get your biofield activated, and then Julius will go in and communicate through light language to your highest frequency aspect to alter your biofield for release. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Please explain that to the audience, Kasey.
You just did a great job, actually. So thank you for that one. This has been an extraordinary year and a half for me as the channel of Julius. In reflection of the almost 17 years that I have been channeling Julius, I have been receiving new information from Julius over the last year and a half, and a lot of it has been about these extraordinary energy processes that they've been doing through me. And they just keep rolling in, and they just keep rolling in, and they just keep rolling in. And here we are, probably with one of the craziest, newest ones, of course, that we've put out thus far. You can find all of those processes on our website, by the way, channelingjoyous.com. But yeah, this is the newest one. So this deals directly with the ancestral epigenetics. That this is like people who think that they have things in their genes, that they are that they will automatically, get as a result because it's genetic in their family. And And all of your genes are created through thought. So what it is it's thought passed on through family more than anything else. That's what epigenetics is. Epigenetics is the creation of genetics through thought, which means you can change it through thought as well. But most people don't do it. They don't know how to do it. This becomes interwoven and intercoded in your bioengineeric field. This is the field of energy that lives all around you. Okay. And this has a connective, quote unquote, connective force or all encompassing force of different, either depending on your point of view of seeing this as different versions of you, or whether you feel that it is, passed down ancestrally. This can do an outreach of up to 20 generations to help break the codes that are locked inside this field around you. And so Julius is going to go in and get in this field with you and open it up. So the way they're going to open it up is they're going to be communicating with a very, very high frequency version of you. And through that collaboration, your biofield is going to open up so that these epigenetic codes or limiting thought frequencies can free out of your trap that you've got them trapped into. It's a pretty intense process. In fact, we're still, actually, to be honest with you, we're still in the testing phases of it, but that's what we do, right? Let's get it out there. It's like everything else that Julius does through me. Things evolve and they expand, and it's going to be, it is an amazing, amazing process. If you think that you are the black sheep in the family, you want to break all of these ancestral limitations, you came here to do that, but you seem to be finding difficulties in doing that, this process could possibly really assist you to break through all of that. If you just simply want to break free of all of those limitations, this can assist you in that. Some people just come and they feel that they enjoy doing a lot of ancestral work. And here we go. Julius is going to ramp you up and pump you up and blow you up and glow you up to help this get released. You can go into this page that we've got and do a very thorough understanding on the description. We're going to we do describe this pretty well for you on the show. We could do this whole show, Angel, on this process, but we don't want to chew up. We want to give everybody their joy, for the show. But this is the launch. Now, again, there's all kinds of energetic processes for everybody to look into, but most everybody, you've got religion, you've got culture, you've got ethnicities, okay? You've got so much stuff in your ancestry. You really do. And without the awareness of what all of that means and how some of that can be released, it can really feel like a trap for a lot of people. A lot of people really feel trapped in this. And so Julius decided, let's help you out. Let's get you feeling empowered. Let's get you leveled up. And the afterburn, or the fallout, quote unquote, fallout from this process is very positive. It's very releasing. It's very relieving because your energy is connected to all energy. So by opening up your electromagnetic biofield, you are also opening up theirs, because there's no time. So there really isn't previous, there's concurrency. It still leaves everybody in their sovereignty to do whatever they choose to do with that energy. So it's not like you're going to go in and you're going to force something on your ancestors that they don't want to let go of. Everybody has their sovereignty. But in many cases, people feel like they didn't make these free choices, that these choices were kind of so passed down that they just didn't even have the chance to make a choice. And that definitely can feel that way for you. And then your life just seems to unfold with so much sameness all around you. And you feel like You just came in with this trap, already caught in a rat's trap. And so our intention with Julius is to get you out of that trap, and then allow you to do, as always, allow you to do the things that you want to do. But I would at least encourage all of you to click on the code, and at least take a really good look at the page. We spent some time to try to get in there and describe it and give you some answers to probably some of your questions, so you can take a really good look at it. And then if you have any other questions, and you very well may, get to Sue at support@channelingjulius.com. She's always ready. My team is there. JC is there as well. JC works through the support team. And they're ready and willing to answer the questions to get this thing moving. So take a really good look at it, please. This will eventually get launched on a much larger scale, but because we favor this show and our audience on the show, as well as our academy, this is kind of a pre-launch for all of you. So if this resonates with you, if this feels like it struck a little bit of a chord, take a look at it and see how you feel. And we appreciate you and love you so much. And Julius has dedicated themselves now more than ever to assist everybody to get moving, to let go of their limitations, to free them up so that you can do your work and be far less encumbered while you do it, wherever you choose to be on your conscious journey. Not everybody is striving for a super high consciousness state. Some of you just want things a little bit better, and you would be perfectly joyous with that. And even that is an energy frequency shift for you. And so many times these can be the shifts that you're looking for to do many of those things. And then if you're really looking to climb in your consciousness and really get into a very high consciousness state in this lifetime, in this timeline, then these things certainly can be high value to you as well. So thank you so much for letting us talk about that. I know we took a little bit more time than we normally do about the classes and the courses and things like that we offer, but this one's pretty exciting. It took a little while to put it together. Honestly, it's such a great collaboration to bring this information together. I am so blessed to have the intermingling with all of you. And those of you who have been students with Julius for a while, and the energy just flows, and the excitability and the enthusiasm, and even the ideas and the foresights that people have of, what about this? What does Julius think about that? And man, we get all over that. We know that you guys are looking for more. We know it, okay? And Julius wants to deliver for all of you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And let's continue, because we have a ton of questions. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to ask them all, but we'll keep them. We'll put them on our list, and we will ask them in the upcoming shows. Again, to the people that connected late, I'm sorry I'm not able to show myself today. It's just a matter of technical issues with the video platform we use for live streaming. But, my voice is always so powerful and always supported by all of your light and love, no matter what. Let's go to VP. Nice to see you here again, VP. My father is 94, and lately he seems to want to sleep or can't stay awake. Can you speak to what he may be going through or experiencing, please? Thank you.
Tired. He's tired. His body is worn out, probably. He, depending on, the vitality, you're talking about the vitality of the body, and it could be winding itself down. But also this, Master, when you are awakened, like physically awakened, like right now, we're awake, right? When you are in this state, there's a lot of distraction around you, a lot. And a lot of that distraction keeps you from having very deep thoughts, from being able to be introspective and look at yourself. And a lot of people gain a lot of insight and foresight when they sleep at night, or when their eyes are shut and they're in a different consciousness state. And that could be what he is doing as well, given his quote unquote age, okay, in the three-dimensional terms. He may be working on a lot of things for himself consciously. He may be coming to conclusions. He may be calming himself. He may be working on self-judgment. He may be working on finally being able to receive love. Okay. He may be working on a lot of guilt. And these are the things that he is choosing to do and that his soul is choosing to do. And we would suggest to you to honor this and not have impatience. He certainly doesn't have to be productive at this phase in his life. Sit with him, hold his hand, read to him, play beautiful music to him, play singing bowls, things to calm him and soothe him and allow him to know that all is well and that the frequency is high and that joy and love is present. And as long as he chooses to remain a part of the experience here on this Earthship with you, make sure that you are extending gratitude energy to him. Remove your expectations and your agenda as to the way he chooses to play the remaining aspect of his time here, and just be physically present and joyously appreciative of all that he has done to contribute to your existence here on this Earthship, Master.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question is from Mary Carmen. Mary Carmen is, my daughter passed March 23rd. We're really sorry to hear that. 2025. How do I feel or touch her soul again?
Oh, good question, Master. So the higher the frequency you can get yourself into, the easier the communication will be that you can recognize. So to be clear, you're really only asking how to recognize the connection. We assure you the connection is there. We absolutely assure you. Every single time you think of her, she's wrapped all around you. You are not feeling her. You're not being validated in that truth. And that is because your energy is very low. Her energy is very high because she's not embodied anymore. And you just can't detect her. You can't detect her. And that, of course, is understandable due to your sadness and your mourning and some of your guilt and your remorse and your doubting of your own self, and also feeling a little bit cheated, a little bit abandoned, and a little bit left behind, and also feeling missed opportunities. And so all of those energies lower your energy frequency, Master. So here's what we always suggest to everybody. Your home environment is also reflective of your energy. And this is probably the space that she is also working to interact with you. So you need to get the vibration of your environment up as well. So we would suggest that you do an energy cleanse for your house. You can bring in beautiful crystals. You can burn Palo Santo, move things around, rearrange your house a little bit, open the doors, open the windows, clear the energy, okay? You've got stagnant energy all around you. She's kind of trying to reach you while she's swimming through mud at this point. And then for yourself, Master, as well. Self-care, and do your best as you work through your sadness to find points of joy and appreciation in your life. And those may very well be the moments that you can receive a sense of her. The higher your frequency is, the more that you're going to be able to recognize the connection. So make sure, we hope that we can convey this to you clearly tonight, Master. She's there. And by being there, she's not missing out on anything else because she's not singular. So don't feel guilty for keeping her around you. As you are thinking about her, she's there. Close your eyes and sit quietly, Master, quietly. We suggest you do it in the dark. We suggest you do it in extreme quiet. Get your nervous system down and just conjure beautiful thoughts of her, and you are likely to feel an energetic presence about her. And when you do, convey your appreciation and enthusiasm, and then continue that practice, Master. And also this, one more thing. Whatever and whenever you think she may be communicating with you, she is. So if it's through a hummingbird or a song or numbers or someone you talk to in the coffee shop, whatever that you think that crosses your mind that you're like, maybe that, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And go to that truth master, because then you will invite other even more validating and expansive experiences for yourself. We send you so much love in her transition into non-physical and your ability to endure your physical life, missing her physical presence. We love you, and we send you our heart and our compassion and our empathy in that experience. Try your hardest, Master, to stay in love as much as you can. If need be, get some counseling for your trauma and for your sadness, but be assured she is with you and will remain with you until you choose to go non-physical as well. It appears that Angel may be out. He may have lost transmission. Let's see if he is there. Angel, are you with us? We've been having lots of glitches and technical problems here on the show. So just kind of hanging out here for a few moments, right? Hey, let's see. I don't know. Let me see if I come in. I'm not sure I can see any questions. If somebody can drop another question in really quick. Sony, thank you, Sony Dean. I just saw your statement of wow, beautiful. If somebody wants to drop something in and ask a question, nice. What is the role of angels, guides, ascended ancestors, and deities such as in our human existence? Okay. So, Master, everything is you on the highest version of truth, but you don't recognize that. So every fractalized version of you, which includes everything that you just spoke of, is an inspiration for you to move into high frequencies, move into love, move into further possibilities of yourself. It's just communication. It's just inspiration. It's just expansiveness. But here's what humanity has a tendency to do. They have a tendency to believe that all of these versions that you've just described, the angels, the guides, the ascended masters, are somehow better than you or smarter than you or wiser than you. But that is not necessarily a truth. We want you to think of them as just another collaboration, another communication, and a broader possibility. That's what all of it is about. We would also make this awareness known is that if any of them are trying to tell you what to do, they are of low frequency and low consciousness. High frequency beings are there to assist you through your choices. They're there to assist you through your choices, not to tell you what your choices should be. So please pay close attention to the nuances of the communication, Master, and live in joy and peace and knowing that it is all you. That's what we will tell you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. I'm happy to hear that. Sorry about that. Someone was asking me if I was ghosting you guys. Actually, there's a technical team right now, like helping us to make sure that we try to fix the issues that we are having. But the most important thing are your questions, and they have been coming along, and we have been answering them. And unfortunately, that was the last question of our show today. But all of those questions here that we have right now, they're going to be kept in a safe place for upcoming shows. We have plenty of questions today from you. Thank you. By the way, someone was asking, Saddam was asking about how to scan the QR code. So, and I saw several people already scanning the code. You just have to take your cell phone, point your camera to the QR code, and that immediately will trigger your cell phone to open a browser with the page, with the landing page that we showed before about the ancestral epigenetic healing using electromagnetic biofield. Okay, so thank you so much again. It was an incredible show. Thank you so much, Kasey. Thank you, Julius. Any final comment?
Follow us, please. Follow, like us, smash the like button, subscribe to us, please. It helps support us so that we can continue to bring the programming to you. Facebook page is Channeling Julius through Kasey. Go there, sign up, get on it. We've got the Awakening Network on our Facebook page. Subscribe, connect with us, please. And you can always go directly to the website, channelingjulius.com. And please do not hesitate to send in any questions to our support system. They are always there for you. Thank you so much, everybody, for always being here with us. We just love you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We are sure that you have enjoyed our conversations, our questions, our answers as much as we have here from Awakening Network. We are on Facebook. We are on Rumble. We are on X. We are on YouTube. Everywhere you can find us. It's impossible not to find us. Okay. So yes, somebody saying I'm not my phone, so I can't scan it. Just try to pull your camera briefly and then you might. But anyway, we'll leave the QR code for you until the end of the show, including the outro video. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much. And Kasey, my pleasure. Julius and the rest of the production team, my pleasure as usual. See you next week. It's going to be July already. Actually, it's going to be July the 6th. July the 6th. But we will still be here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday.
Yeah, if anybody has any problems with the QR code, just go to the website, channelingjulius.com. Just go right to that website. The product is there. All right. That's Sonia Cerny is saying, I tried that. I got another message. We are sorry to hear that. Please send a message to, and it's here on the screen right now. Do you want to be coached by Julius? Send an email to, it's the same one, the same email, support@channelingjulius.com. We will indeed send you a link. Actually, you know what? I'm going to post this. I know that not all social media outlets are going to get it, but I'm just posting right now. Right now, I'm posting the URL of the landing page. Okay, if you want to go there, okay, you can have it. All right. Anyway, thank you again. Let's go for the outro video. We love you so much. See you next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US. Okay. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.